On a mountain where winter shows no mercy, a pair of eagles is about to begin the most dangerous season of their lives. Inside this fragile fortress, 2 eggs carry the future of the family, and every storm now threatens to erase it. Before the chicks can even breathe their first breath, their parents must fight the mountain itself, branch by branch, gust by gust. This is no ordinary nest. It is a fortress built against freezing nights, falling snow. At this altitude, survival begins with endurance. To protect the eggs, the mother must become shelter, warmth, and shield all at once. Beneath her feathers lie 2 silent hearts, too small to fight the cold, too fragile to survive even one unguarded night. While she guards the eggs, the father must hunt in a world of ice and hunger, where failure means starvation for all of them. Every movement below matters. A single rabbit, a careless grouse, even the smallest weakness in the snow could mean food for the nest. He strikes with breathtaking precision, because in the blizzard, hesitation is wasted energy, and wasted energy can kill. For days, then weeks, they move like a perfect machine. One hunts, one guards, and both live on the edge of exhaustion. The mountain keeps testing her. Ice gathers on her wings, snow hardens on her back, but the eggs beneath her remain warm. And the storm is not the only danger. Above the nest, scavengers circle, waiting for one moment of weakness.
The father attacks without hesitation. Before the chicks are even born, he is already fighting a war to keep them alive.
Every hour is a watch. Every shadow is a threat. In this family, parenthood begins long. Then, after weeks of silence, the nest finally changes.
Inside, a chick is fighting its first battle, breaking out of the shell that once protected it and now holds it prisoner.
It arrives weak, wet, and almost weightless, born not into safety, but into a kingdom of cold, hunger, and wind. Soon, a second chick follows. Now 2 fragile lives depend entirely on the strength of the parents above them. For now, warmth is everything. Without their mother's body, neither chick would survive a single night on this cliff. The next chapter begins immediately. The chicks are alive, and now they must be.
Each bite is carefully delivered, softened and measured for mouths too young to tear meat on their own.
The father cannot stop hunting. 2 chicks mean double the hunger, and hunger on a mountain like this grows faster than daylight.
The chicks change quickly. Their voices sharpen, their necks strengthen, and their hunger begins to dominate every hour of the day.
And now, the lessons begin. Food is no longer simply given, it must be reached for, claimed, and fought over. Even in the safety of the nest, the storm returns, harsher than before. And once again, the family must survive by doing what eagles do best: endure. The chicks are still too young to understand the blizzard, but they are already learning its first. Halfway through the storm season, the family is still standing. But the hardest lessons are yet to come. The storm season has not ended, but the chicks are changing. Their bodies are stronger now.
Before they can ever fly, they must first learn a simpler skill: how not to be thrown from the cliff by the mountain itself.
The lesson is brutal, but necessary. Balance comes before flight, and balance can only be learned in the full force of the wind.
Now both chicks are practicing, turning the nest into a training ground where every gust becomes a test of instinct.
Their father teaches without touching them. Every launch, every turn, every controlled landing is a lesson written across the sky.
The chicks watch everything. In the eagle family, observation is survival, and imitation is the first step toward mastery.
Ngày trôi qua, chim non giờ đập cánh mạnh hơn, lâu hơn. Một con thậm chí nhấc được thân khỏi mặt tổ trong thoáng chốc rồi rơi phịch.
But while the chicks learn to fly, the mountain's dangers are closing in again. Predators know this nest is full of weakness. One sharp call changes everything. To the chicks, it is more than a warning. It is a command their bodies must obey instantly. The foe, using speed and shock to force the predator back before it gets any closer. And the chicks are watching closely. In moments like this, they learn what courage looks like when there is no room for fear. Soon, the next lesson arrives, the edge. Beyond it lies the open sky and the terrifying drop. It wants safety. But the mother does not pull it back, because no eagle can be carried to sky. The father calls from beyond the nest, awakening something ancient inside the chick, an instinct older than fear itself.
This is the final lesson of childhood. Not how to stay safe, but how to leave safety behind.
For one long second, the mountain seems to hold its breath. The chick stands between the nest it knows and the sky it does not. Then it jumps, not with grace, not with confidence, but with instinct, panic, and a desperate refusal to fall. For a heartbeat, it is not flying at all. It is fighting gravity with wings that barely understand what to do. And then, suddenly, the air begins to hold it. Falling softens into gliding, and panic gives way to control. The first leap changes everything. Now the second chick must face the same impossible choice. Even now, the mother does not carry it forward. In the eagle's world, love means knowing when to step aside. At last, it jumps. Two young eagles now circle the cliff, clumsy, terrified, and magnificent in the very same moment. But flying is only the beginning. The chicks have left the nest, yet they still know nothing about how to live on their own. Now comes a harder challenge, learning that food is no longer something delivered, but something that must be chased and seized. Mistakes are unavoidable. Every failed grab, every awkward turn, every near collision becomes part of the training. Their parents are still watching, still guarding, but less closely now. Dependence must fade if survival is to take its place. With every attempt, they grow steadier, sharper, bolder. The cliff that once terrified them is beginning to feel like home. On a mountain ruled by blizzard and hunger, two helpless chicks have become young hunters of the sky, because their parents